New York, big city of dreams. New York, big city of dreams. NYC.
What's going on? This is Jay Ellis from the Knick of Time Show. Here give you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And you guys already know the drill. We've done this 8 times in a row, okay? So you already know the gunshots are busting in the sky because the Knicks win their 8th straight game. Did what they had to do, beating the Warriors 132-294. RJ Barrett comes in with a sneaky good game, 18 points, 5 assists. Okay, RJ Barrett with 3 rebounds on the night. Randall with a light 15-point night, but also another 5 assists from these Knicks. Okay, Mitchell Robinson gives you 9 and 11. My all-star, my point guard, Jalen Brunson, gives you 21 points, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds on the night. Quickly snaps out of his funk. Tells the starting lineup, take the night off. We got a game tomorrow. I'm dropping 21 on their head, 22 on their head. Miles McBride gives you 10 points. And the Knicks collectively shoot 42% from the field, not shooting like a dead last team from 3 anymore, and finishes with 27 assists. They're only getting 13 assists a game before, so good job by these Knicks. And we did this all on national television. Gotta love it, gotta love it, gotta love it. And we're gonna talk about it all. You know, it's the Golden State Warriors. They're missing a lot of pieces. Half of their lineup is gone. But all in all, listen, if you want to win a game against a depleted team, you win it exactly like this. No stress, no mess, with your second unit having fun. Hartenstein throwing touchdown passes to end the game, and Miles McBride just chucking up threes just because. That's the way you really want to do it, okay? So hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're going to join the show. You follow if you mess with KOT, and also shout out to Fubu TV. Fubu TV is where you can watch Knicks games for free for 7 days. If you go to FubuTV.com/KOT, you can watch the Knicks for free for 7 days. If you decide to actually buy, KOT gets a cut, and you're happy watching basketball and football and whatever cable channels you want. So shout out to Fubu TV. All right. And also shout out to you guys in the chat who are rocking with us today. Shout out to Fritz, Dripmore, JT, Greg, Roberto, the Grants, everybody who was here, everybody watching with the KOT show. Shout out to you. Shout out to Picks for Timmy. Shout out to you guys who's here early. Shout out to MM Morris too as well. All right. Now, I came a little bit late. I came to the game around the second-ish third quarter, and it seems like this game was probably over in the first half. So I'm going to kick it off to my man with the stats and the facts. Wait, I didn't even do the intro. Hold on. My bad. I'm disrespecting you guys. My bad. First and foremost, it is the man, the myth, the legend, the guy with the stats and the facts.
Ryan G's in the building. No Steph, no Wiggins, and the Knicks did what they had to do. And let me tell y'all a secret. We still outside.
We still outside. With Juju and order. And also joining us is the Latin assassin. All right. A KOT contributor. ESPN contributor. Posting contributor. Deadspin contributor. I think you can add SNY contributor to that list now. Shout out to Lee who's on SNY. My man, the Latin assassin, Lee Escobedo.
We got 8 in a row, baby. We outside. Let's go. 8 in a row. 50 burger back on deck, man. Back on the 50 burger bus. You know what I mean? We're on our way.
Man. Veggie burger. Let's go. I'm on the veggie burger plate.
Yeah, this is a really nice win. I love the team camaraderie and energy out there. You know, this could have been a game that we dropped because we didn't take the team seriously, having two of their main players out, but we didn't. We still locked in on the defensive side. Tibbs called, I thought, some really pertinent times out. They're like at exactly the right time. That kept the momentum straight and really, lean into McBride and Grimes heavy and missing defensive miscues. And I thought the guys came out with better energy in the second half and really locked down on the perimeter, shut down the Jordan Poole game, shut down the Klay Thompson game. And that dub, baby, 8 in a row, about to be 9 in a row.
Let's go. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Ryan. Go ahead.
All right. Well, I will give my analysis and breakdown of the game. I did not like how the game started. I felt like the Knicks were a bit three happy to start the game. Julius Randle with his step back threes. The Knicks majority of shots came from the 3-point line. I didn't like the way they started the game, but as the game went on, Knicks really got into their offense. Quickly, definitely helped open up the second quarter. He was hot from 3 in the second quarter, which helped increase the lead. And that second unit, when they came into the game, McBride, quickly, Sims, Hardesty, they really started to stretch the lead with their defense. Going into towards the end of the first half, I think the Knicks were up by about 15, I believe. Going into the third quarter, RJ Barrett had that streak where he scored like 8 points in a row, which really helped propel the Knicks as well. And yeah, the Knicks pretty much won it from wire to wire. The Knicks dominated this game on both ends of the court, and I also have to big up Hardenstein because I know we've been kind of harder on Hardenstein as of late, but my man had some dimes, especially in the fourth quarter. My man, they had Reggie Miller, who is a Knicks hater, on TNT calling him Baby Jokic, basically with the passes he was making. So definitely got to big up Hardenstein, but this was definitely a team win. The passing was great. I think Brunson, RJ, Randall all had 5 assists. Grimes had 4 assists. So, I mean, it was a good team win. The Knicks did what they had to do. No Steph, no Wiggins. You do not allow this team to come into your home and have momentum. Took their heart from early and blew them dudes out by 38 points.
Lee?
Yeah, this was a win that I think Jordan Poole could have easily had career high tonight. If this was like a month or two ago, but the way that Tibbs has his guys playing defense and the way that bench unit is locked in when they come in the game, and the starters as well, I thought RJ and Grimes did a really good job of stepping up on defense and keeping those guys contained on the perimeter. Our perimeter shooting defense has improved dramatically over this 8-game win streak from where it was a month ago. We were bottom in the lead in defending the 3. Now I think we're like 11th in defending the 3, and we're top 10 in defense now at this point of the season, which is a miraculous turnaround. It has, me completely shutting down any talk about firing Tibbs or trade Randall for peanuts right now. I think would be pretty absurd when the evidence is showing you otherwise to harp on a take just for the sake of keeping the take, in your back pocket. So I'm enjoying this win. I'm enjoying the team camaraderie. I'm enjoying it. Like multiple guys. We had 6 guys in double figures. RJ and Randall didn't shoot that great from 3, but quickly did. It's one of those nights where people picked up the slack. I really loved Grimes' overall game. Another game where he was in double figures. Grimes gave me 19, 4 assists. RJ gave me 5 assists. RJ had like 4 assists in the first half, which was really nice to see. He was doing a lot of secondary playmaking along with Randall on that second and third pass to find cutters in the paint and find open shooters on the perimeter. So I was really happy with the team game. I think these guys are bought in. They want to win. And I think this win streak isn't going to end until the new year. So I'm staying positive. I'm really loving the way that these wins are happening and how we're blowing teams out when we should be beating them, which is awesome.
Amazing. I'm starting to notice RJ get into the whole regularity. The finishing is starting to turn on a lot. It seems like he's slowed down. The touch around the rim has been great. He's been finishing over that right shoulder a lot. I feel like he's even going to his right hand a lot more. The finishing for RJ, I came in during that that stretch around where he was scoring 8 points in a row. So I'm really loving what RJ is doing going to the rim. I'm probably going to check the clean the glass stats in a second to see what his finishing is like. He probably needs a lot more of that because when I checked a couple of days ago, everything was still blue from RJ. You know what I mean? But with that being said, over the last week or two, his numbers have been steadily rising, and that's a good sign because I'm used to seeing RJ turn it on after the All-Star break. It seems like, you know what, Christmas is coming early this year for RJ Barrett. I'm going to start to turn it on a little bit in December. So I'm glad that it seems like he's hitting that 20-point per game mark with a lot more regularity. I think I saw it was the first time in his career he hit 22 points 3 times in a row recently. Today was a little bit shy, gave you only 18, but plus 14 on the night. And the 5 assists. The 5 assists are something I really want to harp on. Did you guys see how he got the assist? Because for me, my biggest complaint from RJ Barrett this year has been the defense, which seems like is taking a tick. Um, Even though I think he might have had a couple problems today, and the assists. He usually has some type of tunnel vision, but 5 assists today is really what I love to see from RJ Barrett.
I think it played into a grander scheme of like the guys tonight going up against, even though the Warriors are struggling, they're still a team that executes really well. And there's a lot of pattern of continuity on this team. These guys know each other. They know their spots. They've been through the pressure cooker and came out with multiple championships. And the Knicks really seemed dedicated to making the extra pass tonight. There are moments where, a guy would be driving and everyone from Brunson on down to Hartenstein was finding the open man. There's some really nice, easy Mitch lobs, some really nice, easy Jericho Sim lobs. Like Grimes had multiple wide open threes. Quickly had multiple wide open threes. Like that's the way I want to see the guys play. When they're taking the effort to make the extra pass, that those guys are playing for each other rather than padding stats and trying to outduel each other, which we saw last year between Randall and RJ. There's none of that this year, at least during this win streak. I think Brunson's a bit part of that and keeping things cool and keeping the ball in his hands, even though there were a few plays I thought he over dribbled, but he quickly snapped out of it. It didn't become like a quarter long thing. It was at a back-to-back possession long thing. And he would rein it in and then start getting the ball moving even more and starting to find guys, allowing RJ to do a little playmaking and Randall do a little playmaking, which, man, when we're firing on those cylinders and the guys are hitting open shots, we are hard to beat because Randall is unguardable in the paint.
Yeah, and
sorry, go ahead, Ryan. Go on, Ryan.
I want to add something to what Lee said because Lee made a good point. Like, even when I said like early in the game, I didn't like the way the game started. Like even with Randall taking a step back threes, like it seemed like if anybody was doing something that wasn't really helping the offense or detrimental to the offense, they didn't stay that route. You know what I mean? Like Lee said, on a few plays, Brunson over dribbled, but he stopped it. He didn't continue to do it throughout the game. The same thing with Randall.
Yeah.
He started the game shooting like crazy from 3-point range. He was trying to like hit step back threes and then he stopped it. So it's like even if the guys had like a little 3 or 4 minute stretch where they weren't really playing great offense, it never stayed throughout the game. They adjusted their game and they ended up playing a team game that ultimately led to the win.
Absolutely. And you know what? There's not much to really complain about recently when it comes to the Knicks because we went on an 8-game winning streak, right? But if you want to really get to that next level, because the defense is there, we're playing that 90s defense. But and we're gonna really be tested when we play the Raptors and especially the 76ers on Christmas Day. But for us to really ascend to the next level, we have to, as much as we're playing defense for each other, we have to start to play offense for each other a lot more. We won the last game with only 13 assists. It would help if we hit more jump shots. Maybe the assists will go up if we can actually hit more jumpers. But we need to shore up that side of the ball a lot more to really get this team moving to the next level. Looking at the assist numbers in the league right now, scrolling down, Knicks are ranked 24th in assists out of all these teams. And I think once that cleans up and even the 3-point percentages, once that starts to rise, will be a lot better. We've been dead last in 3-point shooting for a very long time. We were dead last maybe like a few games ago. Now with the hard shooting of Grimes, who's starting to come alive, hitting 37% from the 3, and also Jalen Brunson, who's starting to turn it on. Before he was in the 20s from 3, a few weeks ago, and now is a little bit above league average. I think 36. I'm going off of memory. It's the 3-point percentage is starting to rise. So now we're at 25th in the league. Keep going at this pace, we can find ourselves in the middle of the pack when it comes to 3-point shooting. Find ourselves top 10 in defense, and once we start to hit those type of levels, then that's how you really know we have a dangerous team on our head. So kudos to this team, pouring it in the right direction so far. Pouring in the right direction. I know I kind of took over a little bit, Ryan. I don't know if you want to take this conversation somewhere else.
I mean, I agree with everything, that you've been saying. Like, during this win streak, the Knicks definitely made a lot of strides on defense and their 3-point shooting, and that pretty much attributed to the 8-game win streak that they're on at the moment. And if the Knicks can't continue that trajectory, I mean, sky's the limit. I mean, Lee came here before the start of the season and said the Knicks were going to win a 50 burger. So
50 burger. Let's go.
They continue that trajectory. I mean, it's possible. You never know. It's possible.
I'm on my veggie burger now, Lee. I'm on my veggie burger. I remember the beginning of the season, I was saying 50. I was saying 500. And I was saying 500 because I didn't trust the coach to actually play the kids. But now the coach is actually playing the kids. So
yeah. And we're winning. And we're winning
with the kids. So I don't know if I'm 50, but I think I'm like around 45, 46. I think I'm there right now. I'm closer to 50 than I was a week ago.
I'm really optimistic because we have removed a lot of the like one dimensionality of our offense that we had last year, which Kimba at that point in his health was really only capable of hitting threes, wide open threes at that. Fournier was really only capable of hitting threes, a variety of different threes in different spots on the floor. But really, the only time his offense got going is when him and Randall were in that two-man game. He really didn't get anything going with any other player. Him and RJ didn't have good chemistry. Him and Burtz didn't have good chemistry. Him and Mitch Robb had no chemistry. So we removed those elements from the starting lineup and really interjected two guys who are always looking for the open shot, who don't need plays ran for him, who are okay with the ball outside of their hands in catch and shoot situations, and Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes. And this team is finally starting to gel. These five guys are starting to build continuity and playing with each other. And you can see that they're really playing for each other and trying to hit them in their strongest spots to where, Mitch and Randall are starting to clear the way when they know RJ's on a roll and he wants to go downhill. They're opening that driving lane for him. And they're setting picks to try to get him open and get him going and his confidence going, which, that to me streams this team cares about each other and they're finally starting to gel. So I'm optimistic, man. Let's bang that button for a 50 burger. You know what I mean?
Bang the button for teams turning around, man. Teams turning around. He's middle of the pack in net rating. Shoot, I'm about to give you some more stats. Net rating. Wait, we were like after the Dallas game. I think we had the second highest net rating after, if we only consider those games from Dallas till now. But as I'm looking, hold on a second. We get back to more of these stats. As I'm looking today at the net rating, Knicks all of a sudden are a top 8 net rating team in the NBA.
Woo. Let's go.
And our starting five is a big portion of why that is. So, I mean,
big difference from last year. Huge difference. It was all the bench last year.
Now we're kind of doing reverse. We're looking at the second unit going, all right, starting five, they got it. Quickly, show me something.
Yeah.
RJ, show me something. Quickly today, perfect from 3. Seems like he ran the team well. What did you guys see from Quickly? I'm sorry, I'm taking over, Ryan. I'm taking over again. This is a bad habit.
Nah, it's cool. Yeah, Quickly shot well tonight. I mean, as everybody knows, Quickly has had trouble finding his shot this season. But tonight he definitely played well. 22 points, 4 rebounds. Okay, my stats not popping up right now, but yeah, 22 points, 4 rebounds, and he played a solid game overall. And like I said, he had that part in the second quarter where he was hot from 3, and it helped the Knicks to increase their lead as well. So, and of course, Quickly he's playing good defense. I mean, Like I'm impressed with what I saw with Quickly tonight.
I was watching the game tonight with my dad, and he was trying everything he could to like hate on Quickly. But he had to admit it, man. He had to admit it. He was like, he's playing some damn good defense. That trio of Quickly, McBride, and Grimes is one of the best defensive trios in the entire NBA. Nothing gets by him. All three can guard the point of attack, and they're seamless on switches. Like all three of those guys, they know when to hedge, when to recover back on the three-point line. It's a beautiful thing to watch. It really does look like 90s Knicks out there on the defensive side.
Yeah. And today it looked like Quickly, once again, Quickly and RJ, Quickly even more so, is stealing, copy pasting Jalen Brunson's game, man. He is in that paint, head faking, juking, moving with his eyes. He's playing. For him, it was usually go straight to the hole, layup or floater. Yeah. Now he's like living in the paint, dribbling, probing, and it paid off today. I'll keep saying it. Quickly is a jump shot away of being very dangerous. I don't know where it went. I don't know if it's on vacation. I don't know if Obi Toppin has it with him when he's rehabbing, but he needs to find his jump shot back, because if he brings that jump shot with the defense, he could be a dangerous man. Great green for Emmanuel Quickly today. And I'm just looking through stats today during this show. Knicks top 7 defensive rating in the league is crazy. Woo! Top 7 defensive rating. Guys, you don't understand. I was looking at this like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we were like bottom of the league. We were bottom of the league. I think we're like 28th or something like that. Now we're top 7. What the hell is going on? What is going on?
What a difference a couple players can make on defense.
Man, all because Tibbs almost got fired. All because they got smacked in Dallas and they got scared and they put it together. Now all of a sudden they're the best thing smoking. And I still have to mention this man. I have to mention this guy. Jalen Brunson. 21 points. Ironically, this is probably one of his bad shooting nights, which is even that bad. But 43% from the field, 5 assists, 0 turnovers. Showed out once again on national TV. It's funny. I've been calling him an all-star, or I've been saying he could be all-star, and I feel like I'm starting to get some flack from saying it. But now I'm starting to see people on national TV starting to say, well, he has a chance to be an all-star. Oh, he gets it. So like now I feel a little bit vindicated now that other people like JJ Redick is discussing it now. Reggie Miller and those guys on ESPN discussing it now. But like you can't deny this guy has turned himself into a 3-level scorer and is learning how to run a team and become the number 1 option on the fly. And it's interesting that he wants it so bad. I heard a story that said he actually has on his phone, I want to be an all-star on his phone. He looks at it every day and that's his focus. So he's absolutely gunning for that, and I hope he gets it today. But shout out to Brunson, 5 assists on the night, 21 points, a steal, and absolutely controlled the pace of this game and unstoppable from 3-level scoring today. I don't know if you guys have anything to add about Jalen Brunson's game.
I don't have anything to add about Jalen Brunson, but I do have a digression if you want to change topics. I wanted to give some props to the chat for going crazy. We got 96 people in here watching right now live. I think one of the big reasons, obviously we won 8 in a row. I also think it was an absolute bore fest, garbage announcing game by Reggie Miller and the TNT crew, bro. It was just like, yeah. I turned to my dad, man. I was like, why am I getting 3 5-minute monologues on James Wiseman? Like, why don't I know about all of James Wiseman's G League activities? The Knicks are up by 20 right now. Talk about Mitchell Robinson. We're talking about Julius Randle or Jalen Brunson or Deuce McBride or Tom Thibbs. There's so many storylines. There's a myriad of storylines that deserve, a solid monologue to talk about, to explain to the general public the ups and downs of his season that led us to 8 wins in a row. And instead, I'm hearing about James Wiseman's 6 points per game.
Bruh.
Come on, bro. Like, this is why people come to this station on YouTube to hear the stats and the facts from my man Ryan G, Jay Ellis leading the talk. Like, this is the type of conversations people want to have, because we're actually talking about the minutia and then the niche parts of a game that have to do with the team that we love.
We can't expect Reggie Miller to really.
Yeah, I was just about to say that, like, with Reggie Miller commentating the game, you really can't expect Reggie Miller to show the Knicks any type of love whatsoever. But the whole TNT crew is notorious for being Knicks haters. It's not just Reggie Miller. Shaq is also another Knicks hater.
Facts.
Chuck is also another Knicks hater. Probably the only one who's neutral on the Knicks is, of course, EJ, because EJ doesn't really pick sides, and Kenny's pretty neutral as well. But I think that's because Kenny's a New Yorker. Yep. I do want to add this about Brunson though, kind of like a case as to why he should become an All-Star. Because if the Knicks continue on this trajectory, and they continue to win games, and they continue to rise within the East, you have to pretty much guarantee the Knicks at least one starter in the game. And if you have to compare last season to this season, where were the Knicks last season at that point, and where they are this season at that point? And you could pretty much, even though yes, we know Grimes played a huge part defensive end, McBride, huge part on the defensive end, IQ, huge part on the defensive end. All those three guys playing defense definitely helped the charge. But the one guy who made a huge difference in the Knicks this season is Jalen Brunson. And you have to look into that and be like, okay, the Knicks are way better than they were last season at this point. You have to give Jalen, and you have to attribute that to the addition of Jalen Brunson and show him some love and give him that all-star nod.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
And I'll keep saying this. People was calling me crazy. This is before the whole winning streak. This was in October when we was kind of struggling. I looked at the team. I'm like, yo, Grimes isn't back. And I said it. I said this team would destroy the COVID team that was fourth place. I got some pushback. And the more and more this season comes along, when the chemistry starts going, Grimes starts clicking, we going to start to see for real. Like, this team is going to the next level. Jalen Brunson alone is going to do that for us. Quentin Grimes is way better than Reggie Bullock.
Way better.
Extremely better.
Reggie Bullock played 4 quarters of defense and 2 quarters worth of offense.
Yeah.
Never 2 quarters he played offense. No, when the game was on the line, Reggie Bullock choked.
Yep.
And I'm pretty sure Dallas fans are figuring that out right now.
Yep. They are. Can confirm.
Can confirm. Love this defense. Love this defense. Quarterback the defense. But if Grimes can do the same thing, plus not get scared when the moment gets too big.
He lives for it.
Exactly. And it can actually finish. So I'm loving this crew. I'm loving this starting unit. I'm super loving this starting unit. And so salute you guys in the chat. If it's your first time here, hit that new and we'll shout you out. Also, if you want to call in, you can actually call in. The number is right there. 319-527-6241. It flashes on the screen. 319-527-6241. We got shout out to Silver Gray. Shout out to Roberto Rivera. Shout out to Anthony Cooper. Shout out to everybody who's rocking with the KOT show. We're here at the end of the game talking Knicks basketball. What'd you say?
We got 115 in the chat right now.
115 in the chat.
Let's go.
Let's go. Celebrating this Knicks win. Shout out to you guys, man. And shout out to everybody who's been watching during the losing streak and you just gutted it out. Because that's what we was doing. Rain, sleet, hail, or shine, every win, every loss, we was gutting it out. Shout out to you guys. You were the real fans. You were the real MVP.
That Mavs loss was brutal, man. I remember we were all pissed after that Mavs loss.
We were all pissed.
Shooketh.
It was all bad just a week ago, right? It was all bad just a week ago. And it's funny. Some news came out. That the panic button was just about to be smashed because of that Mavs loss. it was rumored that the Knicks has contacted the Raptors about OG Anunoby because of that game. And there were major changes on the horizon. What do you guys think about that?
Glad it didn't happen.
Me too.
I mean, the Raptors front office is notorious for fleecing, and Masai is notorious for fleecing us specifically. And from what I'm hearing, rumors on the interwebs, the asking price is like 2 or 3 unprotected picks.
What?
I've even heard as far as a similar package for what Spider. That was the asking price for Danny Ainge. This is what I've heard. So I'm sure that he would have had no discount for the Knicks if we came calling for OG. And I like OG. He's a nice player. I think he's better defensively than RJ, but I'd rather have RJ's contract and RJ's potential and add the fact that he's a homegrown pick for us than to be sacrificing some of our assets for OG. I'd rather keep the team as is right now. I'm not even looking for any real big trade right now.
I agree with you. I'm not looking for any big trades at this moment. It's like the chemistry is just starting to come together. You really don't want to do anything to like disrupt that, especially with anything from the starting unit. Really, like you want to keep that starting unit together and see if they can grow together and get more assist games and get more chemistry on the defensive end. And really, I really want to see if RJ can start to put together some more games since he's trending upward as well. So I want to see what happens, especially because I said, the efficiency problem from RJ's have been real. It's year 4. I talked about Kemba Walker being a high volume scorer on low efficiency, and he has not put it together. Until year 4 is when the efficiency met with the volume. And this is year 4 for RJ Barrett. It seems like he's starting to trend up. Hopefully by the end of year 4, we'll say, hey, RJ Barrett, he followed the path of Kemba Walker and put it together. And now the numbers are looking the way that they're supposed to. But I'm still a little bit worried about the shooting from RJ. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm praying that it gets better.
Yeah, and I want to add one thing about the OG trade, because I think at that moment, if the Knicks would have pulled the trigger on that trade, I think that trade would have probably been, what's the term I'm looking for? Like, I think at that moment, Knicks fans probably wouldn't have minded the trade because of where the team was at the moment. And a lot of people were
that
pretty
price
much,
though might have been too high.
I know the price is kind of crazy, but I think Knicks fans would have probably been okay with the trade just for the simple fact that everybody at that time was screaming for change and things of that nature. But sometimes the best moves are the moves you did not make.
Absolutely.
And in this case, not making that move worked in the Knicks' favor, because what happened? After that Dallas loss, Thibs looked at the team. He was like, okay, I need to make a change. What did Thibs do? He went to a 9-man rotation, started playing McBride more, had RJ playing with the first unit and the second unit to become that quote-unquote 10th man. And all of a sudden, look where we are right now, 8-game winning streak. So sometimes the best move is the move you don't make.
Well said.
Absolutely. And I mentioned this before. There was a point in time where Kyle Lowry was on the Houston Rockets. He started to get a little bit momentum. He was known as like a trouble point guard. He gets traded to Toronto Raptors. And the Toronto Raptors and the New York Knicks were in talks, and they was going to trade, I think it was it Shumpert? I think it was going to trade Shumpert and some picks for Kyle Lowry. And right before the trade went down, the Raptors started to go on a run. And Ujiri was like, hold on, wait a minute now. Kept it going. And Kyle Lowry has really worked out for that team long term. Next thing you know, a couple of years later, they win the chip with Kawhi Leonard, with Kyle Lowry being, a part of that team. So sometimes, like Ryan said, the best moves you make are the moves that you do not make. For sure. Someone said, "Where's Raw?" I thought Raw was coming today. I hit him up early. I hit him up, but I don't know what happens. I hit him up kind of late though. Today was a little bit crazy. I'm not gonna hold you, but Raw will be back at some point. So, but shout out to Raw, man. Always part of the game. All right.
Yeah, we down for Raw to come back because I know he gonna be hyped because his man McBride is getting minutes. So I'm down for Raw to come back.
It's like this whole McBride scored 10 points today. Got a stare down 3 from the corner, playing demon defense, has been a part of that turnaround. And ever since then, Raw has not been back on the program. Like, it's like, geez. It's like, oh, man. I feel like he's been on vacation from us or something. I don't know. But I don't know. Hopefully we'll get Raw back at some point. I don't know. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? I know.
I mean, for me, I think the conversation around which Knicks should be an all-star, I think is a pertinent one. I think both Randall and Brunson deserve an opportunity. If I had to pick one, it would be Brunson. But along the same lines, I think Mitchell Robinson absolutely deserves some consideration for all defensive teams, second team this year. He's definitely earned that. He's become the anchor of our defense. I mean, when he's locked in, it's really hard to penetrate on in our front court. When he's locked in at the center position, he's been awesome. I think he's getting better with fouls, better offensive rebounding, better to lob threat. Like across the board, he's been a beast. I hope he gets his due in recognition when the season ends.
Considering that Quentin Grimes has been a huge part of the defensive turnaround, is there a chance that Quentin Grimes can get some votes for all defensive team? Once again, plus 33 on the night. For Quentin Grimes.
Not enough of a sample size, in my opinion. I think Mitch has been doing it for about 3 years now consistently. Every year getting better.
Yeah.
I think it's more than Grimes, but we got to see this from Grimes for about at least another season.
Yeah, I think it would be kind of crazy for like a second-year player to actually make all NBA, like either first, second, or third team defense. But I definitely see Grimes in the future being all NBA first team defense. I definitely see it in the future.
You think if he played a little bit earlier, if he started off healthy in the season, that might have happened for him, or at least got a vote or two? I don't know.
It's possible. I saw a really interesting stat today on Twitter that of all players who have played a minimum of 250 minutes, the player that has guarded the most elite talent, number 1, Quentin Grimes.
Ooh.
Number 2, Dorian Finney-Smith. Number 3, Drew Holiday. 4, Lou Dort. 5, Javon Carter.
I want to see the shooting percentages when guarding the guy's best player, because he shut down SGA. He gave Devin Booker hell. Like I said, before Luka and Timmy lit us up, he held Luka down for half a quarter.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
To the point where they was like, oh nah, they were screening him off of him. It's like, nah, get Grimes off of Luka, and they put Brunson on him. I know I'm missing some other players that he locked down.
Yeah, I mean, even tonight, he held. Well, Poole had 8 of 18 shooting, 44%. Klay Thompson 5 of 12 shooting from the field. So Knicks defense in total, Grimes, McBride, IQ pretty much shut down the Warriors' 2 best weapons.
Absolutely. The only time I seen him struggle offensively, I seen him struggle versus Drew Holiday. And I seen him struggle. I saw him struggle a little bit against Zach LaVine on that second night of the Bulls, even though at the end of the day, we shut down the Bulls anyway. So it really matter. I think those are the only ones I can really think of. Really. But Quentin Grimes is amazing. I keep calling him the future defensive player of the year for a damn reason. That guy is amazing. When he blocked Buddy Hield, I don't think you guys understand how tough it is to block Buddy Hield, because Buddy Hield was cooking RJ during that Pacers game. And there was a point in the game where it's like when Buddy Hield comes off a screen and he dribbles off, and when he shoots off the dribble, he kind of like sneaks out a 3-point shot quickly without giving a full extension. So it's very deceptively quick. And for somehow, some way, Grimes was able to block that shot, unlike RJ was. And it's one of those quick hand killer instinct things that it can't be taught. Grimes definitely has that. So shout out to Grimes.
Y'all, my dad's in the chat, man. He's talking smack on quickly.
Yeah, some comments like, "Yo, quickly shot good from 3 tonight, and your pop still got something bad to say about."
Oh man, he's hating in the chat, y'all.
This is where you get the Julius Randle hate from. This is where
But hey man, I turned around.
I'm joking. You turned it around.
Oh man,
Lee's pops. If he can change his mind on Randall, you can change your mind on IQ. Miracles happen, okay?
I want my dad to call in and defend his take on quickly, man. He needs to call in the show, man.
Absolutely. Yo, salute to the chat. Everybody's rocking with the show. No one's really calling in today. 120 people in the chat. I guess everybody's shy, which is cool. We can just end the show because I feel like everybody's tired anyway. All right.
Let's go.
All right, but shout out to Silver Gray, Alexander, Robert Rivera Jr. Shout out to Greg. Shout out to everybody else is rocking with the KOT show. And Samir Soriano too. And if it's your first time here, click new. We'll shout you out. Shout out to my guy JT Riddick. I see you, and we'll give you a shout out. Also, where are you from in the chat? Let me know where you from. I'll give a shout out to the people in the chat and in them areas so we can see where you guys are from. All right, but we can end the show right here. South Dallas in the house, okay, Lee.
Let's go.
All right, but Lee, let them know where they can find you.
Follow me on Twitter, man. The Mavs are crashing and burning, so I've been in all the mentions, talking all the smack to my fellow Mav fans. Hit me on Twitter at Lee Escobedo. It's at _LEEESCOBEDO. Kind of taking a break during the holidays to enjoy time with friends and family. So I haven't been writing a whole lot, but you can expect some heat the week after that I have in the chamber. So it's coming.
All right, you deserve a break. You definitely deserve a break.
Appreciate that, Bob.
Mm-hmm. All right, I see people starting to come in. Chris Rowe, shout out to you. He's a new guy in the chat. Shout out to you, Chris Rowe. Roberta's from Mount Haven. Shout out to Mount Haven in the building. I see Brooklyn is in the building. South Dallas in the building. Bay Area is in the building. I see the BX. BX is in the building as well. All right. Did I miss anybody?
Guzman, we got a newbie. Guzman's new in the chat.
Guzman home. Shout out to
Guzman. Welcome, Guzman. I see you.
Shout out to you, Guzman. I don't. How come I don't see it?
It was further up. He said it a while ago.
Oh, okay. Got you. Good catch, Lee. All right. Ryan, let her know where they can find you, sir.
You can find me on Instagram at Sir G is chilling.
Sir G is chilling.
That's SIRG is CHILLIN. You can also find me at Sir G's Corner. You can also find me on Twitter at RyanGKOT.
All right. I'm gonna let you know. You can find us Twitter, the KOT Show, Instagram and Facebook at the Knick Of Time Show. You can find us there. All right. Also, listen to us SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify. Listen to us everywhere you can listen to podcasts. You can find the KOT Show. Also, get those snapbacks, black and white, blue and orange, coming to your door at theknickoftimeshow.com. All you gotta do is go there, click the catalog button, and you see all our merch, including Block Nest Monster, including KOT, including RJ Barrett, everything. We need to work on some new stuff though. But shout out to you guys. All right. Boogie Down Bronx in the building. I see you, Chief. All right. That is our show, guys. Get some rest. All right. And you already know what it is, as always.
Shout out to Worldwide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
It's a mess out here in these Knicks and YouTube streets. Twitter and YouTube streets. I'm sorry, yo. Lead through me all the way up. That's our show.
Just die, baby. Let's go.
Yo, tomorrow we back. Back to back. I mean, man, back to back wins on some Drake stuff. Beating Toronto, that would be apropos, as my man Clyde would say. That is our show. We out of here.
Peace.
York, New York, big city of dreams. New York, New